Hey, welcome to today's live. Welcome to Titan TV. We are going live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And today we're going to be covering what it takes to actually create a painkiller pitch for your business. So, how do we develop a painkiller pitch? One of the most important things you can do for your business is to get the pitch right. If you get the pitch right, you can really attract the right type of profitable customers. You'll be able to attract even the right investors, suppliers, and team members. So it's so important to get your pitch right. So welcome. Just drop in the comments where you are currently tuning in from, and where are you on? Are you on LinkedIn or are you on Facebook? Hey Suchata, how are you? I can see you're on LinkedIn. Welcome. Who else is joining in today? Just drop in the links there on the message. Where are you logging in from? That would be great. So this particular session is powered by Titan Masterminds. Awesome. Okay. So looking forward to this session. Thanks, Sujata. Welcome in from Chennai. Wonderful. Okay, good. So do you have a painkiller pitch for your business? And has it ended up changing? One of the things that I'm looking forward to doing today is actually getting one of my clients on, but I've not been able to right now get him. I'm not sure where he's disappeared to. Maybe his pitch is working so well so that he's not able to join me. Hey Ajit, welcome. Nice to see you. It's been ages since we connected. Welcome. I like it. I like the clarity there. Digital marketing for physicians. Very good. So I'm going to talk much more about that in the pitch and how do you get it right. We have Suresh Kumar. Wonderful. Welcome. So a couple of you joining in from YouTube and some from LinkedIn. Okay, so it's 5:30. Awesome. I'm going to just end up sharing my screen. Give me a second. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So I hope you're able to see the screen. And really, this is a continuation of the series where I've been covering 7 steps to become a titan in your chosen industry. Now, one of the things that is super important, the first thing, and we covered that in the last session, was to get the mindset right. And how do we be more productive and make sure that we are doing all the right things to make sure that we have a positive, powerful mindset. So wonderful. We have Krishan Singhania, we have Rinku, we have Suketu joining in from Dubai. We have Ketan Shah. Wonderful. So a bunch of people joining in from everywhere. Welcome. Okay, so one of the things that I really want to get into in more detail is this whole thing about becoming a titan in your chosen niche. If you are going to become a titan in your chosen niche so that you get the best business, the most profitable business, then one of the first things you've got to get right is your pitch. And it's so important that I would say that this, after the mindset, is the first thing that typically I work with on clients. And although I'm not able to right now get Piyush online and joining us, I had a message from one of my clients and I talked to him. I'm going to share a particular video a little bit later, not today, I'll do sometime later. But he said that, because he got his pitch right, over the weekend, he had just launched his online course, and he's in the English speaking business. And he had an offline training business where he had 4 training centers, which literally he's had to shut down. And he's had to switch everything online. And he had to get very clear. He said there were so many people teaching English online that we just couldn't stand out. And when lockdown happened, we had to make some tough decisions with regard to what we do with the business and whether we keep it um, offline. And initially, there was this, some of the partners were saying, no, let's just wait for a little while and see what we can do. We'll be able to go back to offline training. But he made the tough decision of even having to let go of a number of prime properties. He ended up having to pay lose deposits, things like that. So he had to make some tough decisions, and then he had to decide to go online. But when he tried to go online, he was looking at putting together a pitch, and it looked like it was the right pitch. He said, in 99 rupees, I will teach you to speak English, which, it's at an incredible price point. He's been an expert in the field for over a decade. He has trained, over 1 lakh people. He has incredible testimonials. He's written multiple books, all of those things going, but still everything fell flat. Why did everything fall flat? Because he did not get the pitch right. Once he got the pitch right, he was so excited because the results were immediate. He was able to immediately upsell a program. And imagine, he went from 99 rupees, for which he was literally getting no takers, to he was able to sell this particular course for 7,500 rupees. And he's ended up making just 4 lakhs over a 4-hour period. So it's so important that we get the pitch right. Okay. And there are a couple of things that you need to get right in the pitch. Now, let me see if I can just share another. I wanted to open. And this is something that I typically, when I'm working with my one-to-one clients, this is what I end up sharing. Let me get that screen sharing. Give me a second. Okay. So here you can see this particular USP. Okay, there's a particular formula that's here. Okay, and it's very important that you get this particular formula right. Okay, so USP is equal to SA times C plus M plus T, all in brackets, minus P. So first, what is USP? And typically most people understand USP to mean a unique selling proposition or unique selling point. But in my book, USP stands for unique serving proposition. How do you serve the ideal client that you want to serve? Because everyone wants to be served but not sold to. Okay, and that's one of the challenges, that people are trying to just sell a product or service. They fall in love with their product, but they don't fall in love with the customer. And if you really want to have a painkiller pitch, then first thing I want you to do is forget about your product. Fall in love with your customers. They have a specific problem, which if you are able to solve with your unique gifts and talents and expertise, okay, then suddenly you have something called a product to market fit. Okay. And it always starts with a specific client. SA stands for specific avatar. Okay. Who's the client that you just love to deal with, that you want to have hundreds more of? They pay you well. You really enjoy serving them. You help them get the best results. Typically, those are the three questions I end up asking. And if I find clients where I've been able to say yes to all the three questions that are there, okay, then I found a specific ideal client that I'd really love to deal with. Then what I want to identify is what is their most pressing problem. I think one of the things that has become really prevalent and very clear in COVID times, what happened when all the governments around the world went into lockdown? They said that there are only certain services, which are essential services, which are going to be open. Okay, we will only be able to supply essential services. Now, I don't care what type of business you're in. If you identify the essential service that your clients are looking for, a key problem that they have, a key pain that they have, say they suffer from migraines, and what is the migraine in your industry? If you're able to identify the migraine in your industry right now, not what it was 6 months ago before COVID happened, but while COVID happened and everything went into lockdown, what are new opportunities, new disruptions that have happened that help you understand what your customer is going? And if you've been able to identify what the migraine is, you've been able to articulate it, and you fall in love with the customer and say, what can I do to solve that migraine? I want to develop a pill, a product, a service, an essential product or service that will solve the problem of this migraine. Then essentially you have the painkiller problem. There is a specific prospect, they have a specific problem, and then you use your ingenuity, your expertise to actually go and solve that particular problem. And you have what I call a painkiller pitch that you are then able to develop. Now, there's a difference between a painkiller and a multivitamin pitch. And most people that are failing right now, the biggest mistake I'm seeing people make right now is that they're still trying to sell multivitamins. Right now, everyone is particular about where they are going to spend their money. Everything has been completely disrupted, and it's unlikely to go back to how things were. Okay, so what we've got to do is we've got to identify that what's the painkiller and what's the multivitamin. And let's stop trying to push the multivitamin. The multivitamins are nice to haves. The painkillers are need to haves. That's the key difference between the two. Is it a nice to have or a need to have? If it is a need to have, then I promise you people are going to be interested. Then let's refine the pitch further. What does C plus M plus T stand for? And then minus P. Okay, so C stands for what is a core currency, which is super important to this ideal client. Okay, what is a result, which is super important to them? Okay, what is the opposite, say, of the pain? Okay, now I'll just give you an idea. Say, for example, if you are overweight, and then the core currency here is that you want to lose weight, you want to gain muscle. Okay, if for example you are a business, it could be lead generation, because if you don't have the right leads, you won't get the right clients, you won't get the right revenue, you won't get the right profits, you won't get the right cash flow. Identify that core currency that's super important, that people can't do without. They'll let go right now of things that are multivitamins, the nice to haves, but they will make sure that they do not let go of the need to haves. So identify what that is, and that's the core currency, that's the C. Okay, and then what you've got to do is you've got to identify an M. So is there a specific metric that you can help people achieve? So take, for example, when I was looking at putting together my LinkedIn course, one of the things that I was looking at is I was seeing that it was really helping me get high value clients, even during lockdown. Okay. And then I was speaking to a friend of mine who's an amazing copywriter, and she's worked with the Australian Yellow Pages. So she's done this, for a long time. She's been very successful. She said, "What do you mean by high value?" So I said, "Well, $10,000 and more, okay, in value." So she said, "Why don't you write that? Why don't you say that?" And that suddenly became very compelling. So now suddenly there was a core metric that we could help achieve. Yeah. And then the T stands for, is there a certain timeline within which you're able to help people achieve this result? Now, typically, one of the pains for people when they're using social media is that, oh, it takes too much time. I don't have time to create tons of content. I don't have time to do the lives that you are talking about. I don't have time to constantly respond to messages, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So if you are able to help them achieve that result within a certain timeline, say I'm able to help you in the next 30 days lose 10 kilos, that's a certain metric that you're able to achieve within a timeline. I'm able to help you, generate 5 to 7 new qualified appointments per week by using LinkedIn, for less than 15 minutes a day. I'm able to help you win $10,000 plus clients using LinkedIn in just 15 minutes a day. Can you see how suddenly it becomes very compelling? Who do I help? Who's the specific avatar? Now, Ajit there, had said that he helps physicians. Okay. I help consultants. I help financial advisors. These are two specific avatars that I do super well with. Anyone who's in a high trust business that sells a high value product or service, that requires to have a conversation with a person and has a product which can generate lifetime value of maybe $10,000 or more in a year, okay, I'm able to help. Okay. And then minus P stands for, what are some of the problems that people are facing that they don't like that you can solve? So in my minus P, I started looking at, minus wasting time, because certainly the people I work with don't have extra time to waste. They don't like confusing technology. They're aware that technology is important, but they are a little bit technophobic. So they don't want confusing tech. The other thing they don't want is they don't want to spend a fortune on marketing. They may have tried advertising. They may have tried some other social media that they paid for, but they've not been happy with the results. So they don't want to pay a big chunk of money. So if I can say that I can help them produce these results without these particular problems, then suddenly I have something which is a really super important painkiller pitch. So I hope it's making sense to people. I'm just okay. So I do have Piyush on, and I'm wondering if I can just get him on. Piyush, if you can just put in your email ID in the chat, and then I will see if I can just invite you to it. Um, just let me know what it is, or perhaps what you can do, and then I can actually get you online. And okay, can you in your WhatsApp, can you just put in what your email ID is that you're using? Then I will send you an invite just now. Let's see if I can get. So Piyush is saying agreed. Who's your favorite client? Who pays well? Who you enjoy serving? And yes, absolutely. Piyush, yes, okay. Okay, there you go. Let's see if I can get this sent to you. Just give me a second. Okay, perfect. I'm just sending you an invite. Give me a second, and we will get Piyush online. It'll be really good for us to actually hear what he has to say. Give me a second right now. I'm just um, right. Okay, Sujata says I can so relate to this. Hey Bhavesh, glad you could join us. Welcome Deepak. Give me a second. My email is just taking a little time to load. Um, I have to send this from the thing live. Just give me a second. I will just make sure that Piyush gets it. I'm just sending you the email. Just see if you can join Piyush. Hopefully, you should be getting this in a moment. Okay, so now let's see if people have got some questions while we're just waiting for Piyush to come and join us. I've already sent you the. So does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. So it's like I'm just going to put it here. The pitch, the painkiller pitch. I'm going to put that into comments. Is specific avatar times C plus M plus T N minus P. I've just put that on the YouTube. So Suresh, what I mean by see is every avatar, a specific avatar. Okay, wonderful. We have Piyush joining us.
Yeah.
Awesome, Piyush. Welcome.
Hi, Neeraj. Am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
very clearly. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So very happy to see you after a long time, Neeraj.
So Suresh, what I mean by see is okay. Just maybe you can just uh, kill the volume or something because I'm able to hear my feedback coming in. Awesome, Piyush. Welcome.
Hi, Neeraj. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, very clearly. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So very happy to see you after a long time, Neeraj.
So Suresh, what I mean by see is okay. Just Piyush, you can just can you just mute yourself? Because I'm able to hear my feedback coming in. Okay, I've just muted you because I'm able to hear back everything. Just plug in your headphones so that you don't it doesn't then I don't get feedback. Okay, awesome. Okay, good. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Neeraj. And am I audible?
Wonderful, sir. So just let's just bring people up to speed in terms of your business. You've been in the English speaking business for the last how long? How many years?
15 years, Neeraj. So it's been
15 years.
since
Wonderful.
2004.
And when lockdown happened, you were faced with some very challenging times, right? Suddenly, overnight, the four centers that you have had no people coming. All your team had to stay home. The trainers had to stay home, and you were faced with some challenging times. So we were discussing that today in the morning. So tell us a little bit about that and what you ended up doing and how you've been able to pivot your business and get the pitch right, which has helped you go digital.
Right. Yeah, Neeraj. So first of all, because I had created different client avatars in the Titan Mastermind second batch with you, it helped me a lot. What happened is that my target audience is English working professionals who have to learn and improve their English, clear their interviews. You help you focus on what end result that they need to bring in, rather than me focusing and communicating in my entire collaterals, the message that rather than teaching talking about English courses, me talking about getting their dream job, their promotion, their increments, the growth in income, the improved lifestyle. So first of all, that insight helped a lot. Second is that when lockdown happened, most of us started working from home, and we quickly did a hurdle, and we realized that most of them are not facing problems of spoken English, but they are facing problems when it comes to writing emails. And we had already done a lot of successful workshops in email drafting in large corporates and in business schools. So what we immediately did is we curated this program and converted into an online course, an online email writing course. I conducted a lot of so first we identified who is our ideal client, who pays us well. So we changed our target audience from our entry level professional to a professional who has around 8 to 10 years of experience, because it exactly meets the three criteria which I knew by heart. One is that they pay us well, because working professionals who are team leaders, technical leads, project managers, they don't mind paying us well. Second is we are able to get results for them, so because they work on things much faster than entry level working professionals. And the third is that we enjoy working with them, because again the vibration really matches, and they work much faster. So we identified that this is the target audience, and their main pain point is they are not able to write emails. Though it may look very silly to a lot of us, but for them it's a big problem. They don't know how to write subject lines, structure an email. Um, Yeah, am I talking too much? I need to stop. How is it? Yes.
No, 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 no. Go ahead. I think this is very clear because first you got very specific about the ideal client. They're mid-level managers, and often the one of the key pains that you identified was they had been passed over for promotions, and one of the things that were holding them back was this written and spoken English. So when you were able to then agitate that particular problem, and I think with so many people working from home when COVID happened, email communication went up, and that pain got agitated that they had to be able to draft and respond with good emails, right? And that's what you began to find when you were looking at webinars which had the best attendance, and
Yeah.
when you started talking to those clients, those were some of the things that they really wanted help on, right?
Yes. So they wanted to write impressive and effective emails. Now these were the two qualities of email that they wanted to write. They were struggling,
Mm,
and also we identified I did is I conducted variety of webinars from English fluency tenses to personality development to presentation skills. But what we again found that email drafting had got maximum response. So that gave us an insight that yes, if we work on this, so I conducted a lot of free webinars for a long time for 2 months, and after experimenting that, then we realized that okay, we need to convert this into a marketing funnel, and where we need to start have this as an entry level product.
mm,
So what we did is we said okay, we decided what we'll do is we have an upsell. We have a program for upsell which is costing 7,500 rupees. So
mm,
we said okay, fine, we'll do an email drafting program for working professionals in 300 rupees. So we created a landing page, a video, a copyright. We did a lot of brainstorming. We created a landing page which has all the credibility, talks about the real pain points of working professionals, that they are not getting their the due credit for their work. They're not getting the promotion they deserve. They're not able to clear interviews because they're not good at written English. So that's what we did, Neeraj, in the second stage.
Yeah, and you made an offer for something which made so much sense. You delivered so much value in a short period of time, and then you upsold them on hand holding them to really take them to the next level for the people who were actually proactive about wanting to make a difference. And you had a lot of proof that you were able to show how previous students of yours. There was one particular one who has got 8 promotions in a very short period of time, and has done super well. And you were telling me that over the weekend, this particular getting the pitch right has been very profitable for you. So how much business were you able to generate in a 4 hour period?
Right, Neeraj? So before I say that, first of all, we've got 1,300 plus people paying 300 rupees for me to
Hmm.
conduct a webinar which I was conducting free.
Hmm.
Okay, so that itself was great, and we had 312 of them participating yesterday, and
Hmm.
actually 500 had paid, 312 showed up. So we ended up earning a revenue of 1.5 lakh rupees to for me to conduct the webinar which I was doing
Hmm.
earlier for free. Then we did 27 upsells of 7,500 rupees, which
Hmm.
added another revenue of 2 lakhs. And we've done some more upsells from yesterday till now. So
Yes.
it's crossed 4 lakh figure for the 4 hour program that I conducted. And this was a major breakthrough for us. The credibility that I got because of the book that I wrote, that has helped the credentials in your program, the Titan Masterminds, which became went on to
I
become
mean,
an Amazon bestseller.
one of the things that we say to become a titan in your chosen niche is to get published. And one of the ways in which you can do that is by writing a book about your subject matter. So then what happens is because so few people end up writing a book, by doing so, you then become the de facto subject matter expert. And you've had your book endorsed by a number of really incredible people. And it's become a real bestseller, right? Which has now helped you really get the right people. And it's amazing the title as well, right? I mean, tell us what the title of the book is, because based on what your USP was, you even chose the book title in that particular way, because that's the real aspiration that people are looking for, right?
I still remember that day, Neeraj. I was in the title mastermind, maybe session number 11. I came rushing to you. I said, I have freeze the title, and the title is Clear Any Interview with Confidence. I was so happy, and you said, okay, fine, you sit down. What is the end result people will get after they read your book? I said, they'll clear interview. He said, no, what will happen after they clear the interview? I said, they'll get a job. No, what kind of job will they get? Give me some adjective. And finally, after 15 minutes of brainstorming over that breakfast, we came up with a conclusion that we'll name it Get Your Dream Job. Now, that title itself was so awesome that, Get Your Dream Job. And that gave me so much of mileage that it went on to become an Amazon bestseller. I've got appreciation letters from Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Narayan Murthy, who is my role model. And that itself has given me so much more mileage and increased my credibility and visibility across platforms, and especially when working professionals check my credibility online, it
Mm.
is helping me like crazy. It's not easy to sell 1,300 tickets of a webinar in advance within a short span of 20 days. So, which has been really a big booster to me. So, yeah, Get Your Dream Job. That title really talks about what is the result they'll get from after reading that book.
So thank you. Thanks so much, Piyush, for joining us. And really appreciate you sharing some real key nuggets there. Thanks everyone for joining in for today's session of Titan TV. If you'd like my help, one-to-one help to help you get your painkiller pitch right so that you can really rocket boost your business, I'm looking to work with 5 new people this month to help them do exactly that. So do reach out to me, for that, and we'll help you with that. Okay. So thank you so much for joining in, and stay tuned for the next week's event. Thanks. Bye. Thanks.
Thank you.